Okay, so here are my Topstep dashboard looking at the 50K combine. So I want to say thank you to those who commented on my last video. I was really nervous when this was showing 80%, and I was like, I'm going to be in trouble. How's that going to work? And you all explained it in the comments, so I really appreciate that. The first go around when I went through the combine and then through the XFA and onto live, I didn't experience it. I didn't notice that. It may have been there. I just never noticed it. So I definitely thank you for that. And yeah, it's down to 66% now. So almost there, really close. I have $52,314 in the account. So about 700 and change, and I'll have this combine passed. So hopefully that will happen this week. I only have a few trading days this week because I'm busy with some other things, but hopefully I can get this thing passed. So there we go. 68% winning days. That's slowly coming up, and you can see the chart here. Put it to all time. How ugly that was in the beginning as I was kind of monkeying around and not doing what I'm supposed to do. And now off to the races. Okay, and then here we are in the live account with a dashboard with the live account. So again, with the live account, I only want to take the highest probability setups right now in the live account. And that's the main focus on this, just trading the YM with high probability setups. 85% winning days right now, 66% winning trades. That needs to get better. And that's why I'm waiting just for the highest probability setups. It's Sunday evening. Hopefully we'll get something that'll set up tonight, and we'll see. The market's been pretty flat, so there could be, could be building a lot of energy for some big moves Sunday tonight and Monday and Tuesday. So looking to take advantage of that. If I get a good setup, I'll take the trade. Maybe make $500 to $1,000 and get this account back up and going. All right, we'll see what happens in tonight's trades. Man, I'm really bummed out right now. So unfortunately, I was supposed to have 4 contracts, but when I changed my that's a pretty epic bummer right there. And it totally blew it.
Order submitted.
Okay, short 1 contract in the NQ with on the 1 minute candle right now. Short 1 contract NQ in my combine account. All right, so we got the opening candle right here. We had the close above it, and now we had the break below. That's the strategy that I'm using right now. It was one of the 4 that we were using with the combine. We are right here at the bottom of support. See if it wants to break. There we go. Tiny little push, and I'll pass the combine right now. Or I can just jump out here and wait for another trade. Let's see here. Struggling. All right, I'm going to stop the break even plus a couple bucks. If this wants to go against me, I'll wait for the next opportunity. The combine. All right, so $45 on that one. Okay, let's see if it wants to start making new highs or does it want to break lower. Okay, looks like it's going to make new highs now. All right, we'll make it to the long side. All right, stop, break even plus a couple dollars because it's either going to go or it's not. Trading like this because I'm in the combine. I'm just trying to pass the combine right now.
Stop fill.
Okay, I'll wait for a new setup. If it wants to break to look for new lows, I'll jump back in there. If it wants to start to make new highs, I'll jump.
Order submitted.
Okay. Looking for new lows. All right, it's going to go where it's not.
Stop filled.
Okay, so out of that trade. Wait for the next candle.
Order submitted.
Okay, looking for new lows. Okay, break even plus a couple dollars. If it wants to go green after this, then I'll have to get out and wait again. If it retraces, I'll get out and wait for the next trade. If you want. Okay, so out of that trade. Okay, got a limit order to get long the NASDAQ. The YM is just absolutely boosting to the moon right now. And it looks like the NASDAQ has turned around and it's thinking about doing the same thing. We see a W pattern that just formed up here. It broke the W pattern, went back down and retest that micro level, if you will. You can see right through here and the point of the W. So now if you want to break out to new highs from there, I'll get in this trade. The ES is also just like boosting to the moon right now. So right now I'm looking at the NASDAQ as lagging the other 2 indices. If they were kind of trickling up, one thing, but they're going up big time. I'll leave that order and we'll see if I end up in this trade.
Order submitted.
Okay. In the NQ to the long side. All right, so they're going to break out or it's
Order
not
canceled.
as it approaches this level. So I'm going to protect my trade again. Okay, got my stop in. Actually, I'll wait. Most likely going to retrace. It could retrace a little, being that it's so close to this resistance area. All right, I'll take that. So now we're at $338 for the day. Pretty sweet. I only need about $400 left to pass the combine. All right, so I got another limit order in right here, waiting to break above the top of this. See if this wants to break out like the rest of the markets and catch up, or at least make a run back to this zone here. So if it does, I'm going to get in the trade, take a little ride, make a few $100s, trail a tight stop. Here it goes.
Order submitted.
Okay, and NQ again.
Order canceled.
Locking this
Stop
in.
filled.
Okay, locking that trade in. So now I'm at $454 for the day. $52,769. It's getting some resistance here. Buy stop limit.
Order submitted.
Okay, back in the trade.
Order canceled.
It's going to go where it's not. I'm going to have to get out. If it wants to come back, I'll just get out.
Stop filled.
Okay, so $52,904 in my account now. $590 in the day. I'm only $140 away from passing the combine now. And I'm going to go ahead and shut it down there for the day. Unfortunately, the clock has run out on me. I will not pass the combine today, which is fine. Maybe I'll get it tonight. I'm only $140 away, so I'm going to wait for that really, really sweet setup. So yes, you can see nice W pattern that broke out. And you can see all my choppy trades in here. Chop, chop, chop. I was in and out, in and out, in and out like crazy. And that's because I needed to leave 2 minutes ago. So I'm probably going to be late to where I need to go. But I didn't want to get stuck in any kind of retracements. I wouldn't have had the time to trade out of it. I would have ended up with taking a pretty big loss on the day, $300 or $400 loss on the day, just because I would have had to bounce out if I got into retracement or consolidation. So I was schizophrenic on my trades today because I'm just looking to pass a combine, not looking to make this schizophrenic trading a daily basis, just today, because I'm trying to race the clock and at the same time just get past the combine. All right, everybody, see you on the next trade. Okay, here we are the night of June 23rd in the live account. Getting ready to take a trade short on the YM here, if this confirms, in about 2.5 minutes, 2 minutes. Okay, I feel like I should have jumped into this already, but I trade based on the close of the 5-minute candle, and this is starting to sell off here. It's actually already hitting these pretty important levels. Let's see if it wants to break below them. Kind of a scary trade when it already hits huge levels. This is a giant sell-off here on this 5-minute candle. I'm going to get in with 5 contracts, and then if it retraces up, I'll add to my position. That's all right. And then I'll remark up the chart, and I would like a Y. And sell.
Order submitted.
A little bit late getting in, but nonetheless, I'm in. I'm going to have to move my stop here and lock this profit in. So unfortunately, I was supposed to have 4 contracts, but when I changed my... man, I'm really bummed out right now. When I changed the ATM strategy, it automatically went back to 1 contract. I'm supposed to have 4 contracts right now. I'd be up $450, almost $500 in this trade. And instead, I'm going to have to settle for 100 and change. That's a pretty epic bummer right there because of my ATM strategy. Right now, I'd be looking at $1,000 in this account. Had I got the right amount of shares, over $1,000 would have been a really nice night, and it totally blew it.
Stop filled.
All right, so out of that trade, $220. Nice trade. Should have been over $1,000, that trade right there. The downside is now that was a big winner that would pay for another loser. So my next trade, if I risk $500 or $1,000, this trade didn't pay for it. So that's a pretty big problem when you're trading traders, when you're making, $50 on one trade and losing 500 on another. Not a good ratio, but at least it's a winner. Kind of wish it was a loser because I'm going to have losers, and I would rather have a loser on a 1 contract trade than a 4 or 5 contract trade. So that should have easily been $1,000. All right, everybody. I'll see you on the next trade. Okay, here I am back in the live account. You can see that trade I had earlier. Got out at a nice spot right there. Would have been, of course, always nice to bottom tick stuff. That's super hard to do. Once in a while you get lucky. But right here we got a channel that's really nice that's formed up. Looking for this channel to break either to the upside or to the downside. If it breaks to the upside, I'm looking for a retrace back up around this area towards the top of this red candle here. And right now, we're coming back to the top of this channel, so we'll see if it breaks out and jump in this trade.
Order submitted.
Okay, so in the trade to the long side, 4 contracts. We are breaking out of this channel, and there is a risk of this being a fake out breakout, right? Comes up, punches through up here, and then crosses through to the downside. So I got to manage that risk.
Order canceled.
So this is one of those scenarios where I could jump out of the trade right here and then look to get back in once it breaks above this to the upside. But I'm just going to hang out and let this thing play out. But what I am going to do is I'm going to take off my speed bump.
Order canceled.
I'm going to move my stop to break even plus a couple dollars because it is 2 o'clock in the morning. I do want to go to bed. All right, so now if I get out, that'll be $1. That'll cover commissions, and I just won't make any money on the trade. But I want to give this a chance to run. I may let this run all night, actually. See if it wants to come up here while I'm sleeping. This will be more accurate right here, 3, 5, 6, 7, but we'll give it a shot. I'm going to hit pause in the video, and then I'll bring the conclusion to you probably in the morning. All right, everybody. Have a good night. Okay, here we are with that trade for the Dow Jones, the YM. So this was the first trade of the evening, right? Came down, got out right there. Unfortunately, I didn't have my full size because I switched my ATM. So anytime you change it, it automatically goes. So like, let's say I have nothing here, and I put say 8 contracts, and I'm like, oh, I better put my ATM on. Go down here, YM. Now it switched to 4, right? Now it's at 4. Before it was at 1, but I changed it to 4 because I want to be scaled up to around 4 contracts for most of my trades now. So unfortunately, I missed out on that big move that was there. I mean, I still got a piece of it, but it wasn't with all the contracts I wanted. Then we had this consolidation here. I got some indicators telling me as well, this looks like it could be a breakout. So I put my order in to get long right here. Should it break? Got long there. We saw it retrace back to test the bottom of that channel. I wish I would have added more contracts there. Because it's not, people say don't add to a losing trade, but it's not a losing trade until it gets through your stop. Then it's a losing trade. Until then, it's an active trade that you can look for opportunities to build on your position if that's part of your plan and your strategy. So, and I wish I would have done that there. And then it finally broke out, worked its way up, and then I was going to bed. I was going to let this thing ride, leave my stop right here, break even plus a couple dollars, and just let it ride until the morning, until I woke up in the morning. Then I got up and I was like, oh, you know what? Let me look at it. And then I looked at it and I saw this little retrace and then this bounce higher and this nice big candle. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to lock in $1,000. Let me put my stop right here. Let me just lock in $1,000. It's about 1.5 R reward. So it's a good trade. I've hit the target. I'm beyond the target. Let me just lock in that. I wish I would have just locked in right here above the target. But with this breaking out, coming into what could be a resistance zone right through here, there was a good possibility this rolled over and went all the way back down here. So I was like, let me just put that there, and then whatever happens, happens. Well, sure enough, it came down, tagged me out right there. I mean, really, the low of this candle was at 548, and I got tagged out at 552. So it's right there on the YM. And then of course it did this. It went all the way up to that other target I had laid out there, which would have been like another $3,000, which would have been awesome. But I still made $1,000 in the trade. So the account's looking really good. Made $1,000 on that, and off to the races. So we'll see if we get some more trades that can take place tomorrow evening. And maybe I could take a couple more trades in there. If not, I'll be back to trade in my live account hopefully on Wednesday. We'll see some action Wednesday or Thursday and get some more trades in here. All right, everybody. See you on the next video.